use AI to help us do both page layout and, well, inspire our sketching. So, now, the page layout stage is essentially where you kind of plan out how things are going to look on the page. So first you got to brainstorm, and I brainstormed with ChatGPT. You saw me doing that at the beginning of this video, and at some points in this video you're going to see me go back to ChatGPT to ask some questions, because I like to ask the sensei how to go about doing some things. So this book is going to be in English and also in Spanish. So I was kind of struggling at first, like how am I going to show these two things without, like, the text can't be too big, because then I won't have enough space to put in the Spanish, and also to show the characters in their respective emotions, but also it couldn't be too small, so as to be able to fit, squishing, in order to squish everything inside to make the text very small. That wouldn't be a good idea, because it's young people who are going to be reading this book, and if they see lots of small text, they're not going to read. They're just going to look at the pictures. I wasn't young that long ago. I think I still somewhat remember the things that were going through my mind. If I saw a book that had small text, I think I would just, and if it was too complex, it's like I mean, I do it even now, even when I'm learning a new language. If I can't understand if there's too much text, I will just pick the words I understand, and I'll look at the pictures and just get context. You get what I'm saying? So I think it would be the same thing for young kids if there's too much text in the image. So another thing that happens with page layout is you kind of plan, okay, so how are you going to show this idea, and then how are you going to creatively make space for the text. So here, using Midjourney only goes so far. It can give you ideas for like how to place the characters and stuff, but you still also have to use your own creative expertise to know where to place the text and where to create space and all those kind of things. And so really the generation of Midjourney here is just to generate references, as you see me doing in the process here. Personally, now with my human mind, I also took a look at two children's books in the library. One was called Worrysaurus, and the other one was called Class 2 at the Zoo. Just to get some ideas on how to show some things like the book cover and stuff like that. And yeah, so now some artists may sketch these ideas for like the page layouts, but I use Midjourney. After thumbnail sketches are given to me by the client, so the client will give me thumbnail sketches, which I'll then kind of like, okay, so when the client pictures this, they want to have like a tissue in this shot, they want to have a wardrobe, they want to have this, they want to have that, just so I can have an idea of what they already have in mind for the page. That way they won't like, there's no disappointment, like, oh, I thought you would have a camera in the page, it's like, okay, like, how do I put this, like, that's why we need the client sketch, just so we know what items they are kind of expecting to be there. And that also, the thumbnail sketch allows for us, it's like the creativity thing, right? So you can just have in mind how you want to depict your page. For instance, now me, I'm working on a rosary picture book. How do I want to depict the Annunciation? What ideas and inspiration has God given me for this? You know what I'm saying? And then, now I do my thumbnail sketch, and then I would now take those ideas to Midjourney, and get like page layouts of, okay, how can I create, like, what are some ideas on how I can show what's in my head? Do you get what I'm saying? And then this stage of traditional artists would use, at this stage would probably use, like, let's say Pinterest to get these ideas on how to put things together. But one reason I like AI is that it streamlines this process. Instead of me getting lost on Pinterest, just trying to find something that clicks, right, or that I like, and then piecing together different ideas and putting them on a mood board. I can do the same thing with Midjourney and actually end up with a lot less images, and also not run the risk of me getting lost on Pinterest and just liking and bookmarking things that I like but that aren't really related to what I initially came there for, that I was initially searching for, and my original idea. Okay. So another reason I like to use Midjourney is because, in addition to it streamlining the process, less time is spent, like when I'm drawing now, less time is spent compensating for places I need to grow as an artist, like anatomy, and more just getting things done. So it's like, yeah, like if I feel like the helplessness, let's say I'm not that strong in drawing a face from different angles. Do you get what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay, I can just like trace this here, right? And just, quickly get this done. Now, this is where this is like this is an interesting part. Now, let me give you my take. Now, many anti-AI artists would basically say this is the problem because it encourages that AI kind of makes junior artists or artists who still need to work in certain areas decide not to work on those areas, but rather to just use AI. Like either to just use AI, like just use AI, like just let me just do a better prompt and just use AI, or I guess in my case, use AI and then kind of like trace over it, just get the expression. And to that, I personally, my personal take on this is that I like that AI gives me a choice. I can still put out beautiful art and express my ideas, but without losing creativity, because I can still choose what ideas I decide to take from what the AI has given me. But also, it exposes where I have yet to grow, and I can take those areas and work on them behind the scenes, like in my own personal study. But my inadequacies as an artist don't show themselves in the client work. And in that way, or because of that, I have a certain like kind of freedom to work professionally without the pressure of perfection. Like that pressure of perfection, because I'm working professionally, like, oh no, I can't mess this up, which ends up, taking a lot of time, me trying to make sure I'm getting things perfect, but then feeling inadequate, I don't know how to do it, and then even after so much time has been spent, I'm in a total mind fog, I still have to do it because I have to submit to the client. In the end, what ends up happening, either you settle and it's not as good as you want it to be, or as good as it should be, or like you just end up spending so much time on it, right? And so in a professional work setting, that's not going to work, but in your personal studies, that can work. So it's like seeing that there's this is a place I really need to grow on, because if I didn't have AI, I would struggle here. Now that's something that, now with that knowledge, I can work on myself as an artist, but I can do that in my personal time. Does that make sense? So while I'm still learning as an artist, as every artist is, I can also work professionally as an artist, and a certain level of artistic skill is still required for this whole process, right? As you can see, that I'm still changing some of the things that I'm tracing over. I'm putting in my own ideas and drawing things differently. But I think many could benefit from this more positive and open worldview or perspective. So in summary, I'm still growing as an artist, but that doesn't mean I use that as an excuse to give clients subpar work. And clients get the best, and just like how, clients get the best. And just like how a beginner Spanish speaker in Spain is gonna struggle, in Spain, like to communicate their ideas, but inevitably they're gonna benefit from the immersion in Spain as a beginner Spanish speaker, because you're gonna you're in this place where you just have to quickly learn things. Spanish is all around you. It's gonna start soaking in. Do you get what I'm saying? And so you're inevitably gonna just keep growing. So a human artist who uses AI to better her workflow and streamline her process is like a beginner Spanish speaker in Spain. Right? You're just gonna grow. You're gonna grow and you're gonna learn, without compromising client work in it's less perfect than it could be. The priority for me personally is creative expression efficiency, and that's what I try to promote in my community and in my process and everything. But it differs from person to person, and I think that's what really divides people across the AI artists, AI artists and non-AI artists and all stuff. I think we just need to respect what different artists prioritize, you know. So those are my thoughts as a human artist who uses AI. And you didn't ask for all of that, but yeah. I wanted to share that with you. And yeah, so here's just the rest of me sketching the characters onto the drawings, because again, AI, I think that's one thing that I've often seen AI struggle to do, character consistency. But also I just like to draw the character on myself. You know what I'm saying? Because then I can change things that I didn't like, and I just can have the freedom to do that. Because again, when you're generating with AI, sometimes the prompt engineering, it can be a huge headache and mind fog, especially when there's something so simple and I can just draw it in, I can get really easily into the picture, you know. And still there's other things that I want done a certain way. For instance, now, okay, right now I'm working on this character is called Aiko, and so not only does her character she needs to be drawn in, but also like keeping stylistic consistency across the different pages that she appears. So all these kind of things, AI would struggle to do that, and it would be a headache for me, and it would actually end up now slowing down my process. So that's why I say that I'm an AI assisted artist. I like to just, where can I slip AI in so that it can just help me speed something up as an artist, and yet where can I like where is AI gonna actually make me more inefficient? Okay, we're gonna kick that out and just work on our own thing and just do what we do best, you know. So that's my process summed up. Yeah, and it's just, I'm looking at the thing and seeing what's showing right now. So yeah, this is the cover page. Again, like human idea, you know, the different characters, different emotions, and I know the storyline. I know the different characters are going to express how the certain emotion they're going to express as we go through the story, and so now getting them to express that emotion in the cover image, and yeah, it's just yeah, and finally just laying out everything on the doc, on like the I guess it's like the process document that I have on Canva here, but it's also just like what I show my client. Okay, this is how we made this, this is what this is how this is going, this is you know. So yeah, wow. Okay, I guess that's all for today. I'll let you continue to watch the rest of the sketching and page layout process, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I know what the next video will be, but I will show you the rest of the design process, my AI assisted design process for this children's book. For this emotional intelligence children's book. It's fun.